off we go. Button is pushed on Series 2,
Let me turn that light on.
episode... You're in the dark, Mrs. Series 2, episode... Professional as ever. What a great start. Series 2...
Sorry.
Episode 34 of Ladies Wot Pod.
Yeah. I look better in the dark. And
we had our week off of recovery, and thank you to everybody who wandered up to me and said that they'd missed us on Saturday. Their routines. We're a bit worried about the horses.
We are a bit worried about
dog walkers. But their routine was thrown by us not being there. But it was good to rest and recuperate after. Although we have got one thing that we need to talk about from that weekend, of course, haven't we, Liz? Which is the fabulous win
we have
the Loughborough team, which we'll come on to shortly. So, shall we go in chronological order? Well, that's what we agreed a moment ago.
Or shall we tell people who we are? Just
in case we've got new people. You see, we're out of practice. Well done. You win.
Just in case there's any new horses or anything watching.
I am Claire Jones, and I live on the edge of the fens in Cambridgeshire. And I am one of the club photographers. And wasn't it brilliant to see Adam Guns back from not being the full shilling?
It was.
Yeah. And I'm just generally, the camera stuck to my face. And you are, Liz?
I am Liz Saunders, and I live in sunny South Northants. It's sunny-ish today. And I am chairman of the Saint Supporters Club and chief Halo in chief, whichever. I big myself up with that. And I am a granny to 2 budding rugby players. More of that later. One of them came to the game and was very excited and got lots of signatures. Fist bumps. And can I just say, JJ, what a star that man is. He was so Harry gets his signatures on his last season's Tosestrian shirt, and it's JJ, my club. There we go. And Harry's like, the big man.
He's a top bloke. Yeah. He's a top bloke.
Top bloke, JJ. Yeah.
Top bloke, JJ. Yes. And we didn't see much of him this week. More of that in a minute. So we're going in chronological order. But we're going to start with training because, as I said, strict order would be we'd start with Loughborough. We're not going to do that. We're going to do 2 Loughborough games together. And training was on Tuesday. And Liz had clearly found spring and given it back again, having stolen it.
I brought it back, having used it up, I found a reserve.
You found a reserve spring, and it was lovely. But what was very weird was that there wasn't a wind tunnel on pitch 2.
No. It was positively warm.
It was positively warm. It was lovely and sunny, and yes. And I decided to do something that I don't normally do, which is to sit on my little fishing stool on the far side of the pitch. And I got some nice pics. I was quite pleased. But the weather was lovely. We did, but there were a few bumps and bruises last week, weren't there? But one thing that I have to say, I forgot to mention it earlier when we were talking, that I was really impressed with was Archie Benson did get a bang on the noddle, so he was going through HIA protocols. And all his mates turned around and went, "What are you doing here?" I was really impressed with that they were worried about him.
Yeah.
So he had to protest that he was running around, and that's what he did. He ran up and down a bit with Jason Civil and then rightly trotted off to do whatever they do back at the stadium. But I was really impressed that they were worried about him. Yes. Anyway, we did see a couple of returning internationals, one of whom it really did feel he'd barely gone, which was Ferbs. Ferbs was in training and running around like a madman. Probably pleased that JJ wasn't there to terrorise him, because JJ likewise managed to break himself in training, so he wasn't there either. And Manny, and wasn't it good to see Manny? He looked so pleased.
Manny. Lovely Manny. Manny is just lovely.
He's
Love him.
top. He's just top. And Curtis was in full buzzing about the place mode, wasn't he? And you got shouted at.
I got shouted at. Yeah, because I was watching and they were doing their game bits where they're suddenly given it's 10 seconds to go and you're down to 13 men. And anyway, they were doing that. And somebody kicked the ball out and it came towards me and I sidestepped out of the way very wisely because I'm not going to make myself look like an idiot by trying to get a ball that's coming like an extra set. And Curtis, Liz, why didn't you catch that? Because I'm an old woman. That's why. Simple reason.
Although I did say
only
yesterday,
here for the gossip.
I'm watching the getting material for the ladies' Wot Pod, please.
Yeah. Creating our own now.
Yesterday, I passed the ball back by handing it to Rachel Taylor, one of the Loughborough coaches, lovely Rachel, and went, "You really don't want me throwing a rugby ball?" To which she looked at me and went, "It's never too late to learn." And I thought in my head, well, perhaps it is. Anyway, so what happened as a result of the ball flying out of the playing area?
It bounced. I think it bounced over me, really, anyway, not hard. I went over the hedge and down into the brook, and Ben Rhodes, Mr. Media Tart, had to go and collect it. And then it got even worse because he couldn't reach it. I was trying to advise Sticks that he could. I don't think I was helping. I did say I felt vaguely guilty, and he said, "No, you don't." I went, "Well, no, I don't really now." And then Kev had to come with his net to fish it out. So it had really gone disastrously wrong because I'd refused to catch the ball.
He'd already been shouted at because Ben was complaining that we hadn't gone to his aid because it happened earlier in the session.
Yeah,
and he was complaining that he was sopping wet.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, as if somehow this was something to do with us.
And he spent the session trying to dry his legs in the sun.
Yes. Steaming gently against the post.
Not good. Anyway, yes, so there was much running around, and while we were there, we thought we'd talk about our new signing.
Oh, we did, yes. Well, we did have a quick chat with somebody else about our new signing.
We did. We did have a quick chat.
Do you want to say our new signing's name?
Yeah, welcome, Lefty, and I'm not even having a go at the rest of it.
Yeah, Lefty from Ealing. Lovely.
Lefty from Ealing. Yeah. And my archive didn't let me down. I'm not going to dig it out now. If you go onto the Saint Supporters Facebook group, you'll see the photo. But he's tackling Craig Wright in last season's quarter-final in the Premiership Rugby Cup. And Lefty is a loosehead. Lefty the loosehead. Who is joining us from Ealing Trailfinders. He's a South African, so he'll understand Yakko. And that's where the conversation started with Yakko, that we thought, is there a South African takeover?
That's a takeover, yeah. And he said, I'm really looking forward to him coming. And South Africa, it wasn't quite South Africans are the best, but yes, we're going to take over and something. And I said, well, I don't think Manny would agree with that. And he said, oh, he's good because he's got me. Again, not 100% sure that Manny would agree with that, but it is. He went off chortling to himself.
Well, we did actually have to remind him that he had signed somebody. So clearly our coaching setup. Oh, that's old news. Don't remember about that.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So welcome, Lefty.
Or maybe he was thinking we meant Danilo's auntie. What was that?
What was all that about? As I said to you, we need Danilo's auntie to come to the gardens.
I think we do.
Yeah,
she's about 3'9", isn't she? She's tiny. Anyway,
for those of you who don't follow these things on the socials, particularly the young people's place that we don't tend to go to over there, Mr. Danilo had his aunt dressed in Saints gear. Yes, and seemed to hint that the new contract is in the offing. I wonder if Liz has batted battered him yet because.
Yeah.
But on the TikTok, the place that the young people go, Danilo's aunt played a starring role.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good. It was very good.
Yes, it'd be great to see him back too. We'll talk about the returnees in a bit. So,
Yes.
so training was good. There was lots of buzzing about, and there were clearly there were actually some faces that we haven't seen for a while. So our Dutch correspondent was there, Sepp.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing the thing that several of them are doing, which is being at university and being in the academy.
Yeah.
Actually, if we're going in chronological order, there's one thing that we didn't talk about. We have to talk about that win, don't we? At Twickenham. Certain school.
Oh, good grief, yes. NSB, yes.
NSB,
Crikey.
which was the following day, or was it Thursday? It was Thursday. But it was, yeah, so we should talk about that next, really, shouldn't we? Is there anything else to say about training other than it was busy and its usual?
Only my ridiculous conversation with Tony at the end when I was standing there surrounded by shoes as normal, and Tony said, "Where's my tea?" And I said, "Where's your what?" "My tea." "Oh," I said, "You're kicking tea. I thought you said teeth." And he said, "It could have been, couldn't it?" And we both laughed. And off he went.
We laughed.
And his teeth at the same time. So
yes,
that was
we're going to talk about teeth in a bit, aren't we? So on Thursday, NSB played Whitgift School from Croydon.
Epsom.
Oh, was it
Epsom? The under-15s the day before had lost to Whitgift.
We lost to Whitgift. Now, the reason I know Whitgift is my father. Oh no, anyway, my father went to the grammar school as opposed to Whitgift School. Anyway, because he came from Croydon. Anyway, bit of.
But no, it was Epsom College.
Epsom College, yes. I have to say, I did see their team announcement that they filmed somewhere in the college grounds, which was quite funny. So they have got a sense of humour, if nothing else.
Well, they might have needed it. Apparently, on one of the socials, it was the rumour that NSB had invented a chant, "Your parents hate you, that's why you live at school," isn't true. I suspect it is.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
oops.
So the first state
so well done to Northampton School for Boys for the under-15s. Commiserations.
Yeah, so close.
Yeah, commiserations. But the first 15, I do love that. The first 15 played. Remind me again, Epsom College, and won. And it was one of those ebbing and flowing games. My favourite moment, of course, is that Jack Lewis managed to get himself binned again. And then scored right at the end and celebrate. I couldn't work out why he was celebrating to an empty stand. And thinking, some supporters are by the tunnel. And then I realised there's a camera.
Photographer, yeah. Henry Pollock Mark II.
Yeah. Stop that. You're enjoying yourself. Have none of that. Dave in the sofa doesn't want you enjoying yourself. Get in.
You are not, as young men playing a sport, allowed to enjoy yourself because that's not what we used to do in the olden days.
Shake hands. Acknowledge the headmaster.
That's enough.
That
no more
is enough.
than shaking hands. Yeah.
Anyway, meanwhile, at celebrations, loved the Shoe Army song. Well, it was a sort of Shoe Army chant. And the bit I particularly enjoyed was when the team all ran over and started waving their boots, and the crowd suddenly realised, oh, we've got to take a shoe off. So all you saw were these heads.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. So anyway, and well done to Jack, who was interviewed by Alex Payne after the game. He did very well. He was very polite, but he is very polite.
Again, can I just say, well done to the school. So everybody who had the slightest connection with anybody in the first 15 was allowed to go, and all the sixth form, I think, were allowed to go. siblings of players, and all sorts of they used every excuse to allow people to go, and those who couldn't go were allowed to have it on the live stream in their classes on YouTube as well. So, whilst there was a pretense that lessons were going on, it was.
Well, in my household, a very rare thing happened that my brother surfaced. My brother sending in messages anywhere is a rare thing. So suddenly my brother went, "Oh, NSB are in some finals." Yes. And the last time I watched him play rugby at NSB was 1979. And then Dr. Jones, of course, who is likewise a former pupil of said school, started going down memory lane of terrible times.
Yeah.
His moment of revelation was the fact the pavilion's still there.
Oh yes, he was most excited.
He was very excited about that, and I did point out to him they have actually refurbished it, so it's not like it was when you were there, dear.
50 years ago. Yeah.
So anyway, well done NSB. Well done to Finn. And in fact, there were several members of the academy there. Aidan was there, the front rower. I'm going to forget, and Jack Lewis and
just say well done.
George Tongaweer, looking exceptionally tall relative to his mates.
Yes.
Yeah. So well done to everybody, and apologies to any academy lads that I missed, because I know I missed a few. Mr. Cooper seems a bit of a talent on the wing. Yes. So yeah, great news for the town. Now, Saturday came, didn't it?
Saturday came, yeah.
And finally. We're back to the Premiership. We are going to do a roundup of the games that happened elsewhere after we talk about the Saints, because it was a funny old weekend, one thing and another. So, Saints versus Newcastle Red Bulls for the 50th time this season. Sorry, the 4th time this season.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to claim points because I did a good thing.
You did a good thing. Okay.
Yes. Which, unfortunately for the person concerned, had an unfortunate side result, unintended consequence. So I bumped into Mr. David Flatman.
Yes.
With
yeah. We did. Yeah, I was there to help.
Yeah, there to help.
I was haloing.
He needed help. In fact, he asked for help, and then TNT, being the stingy whatnots, hadn't actually organised any food for him or Jamie Lyle, the commentator.
Yeah.
So normally they have a food truck for all the camera crews and commentary team and production team in the car park, but there was such a stingy bunch of whatnots that they hadn't organised anything. So poor Flats. Oh, here she goes. She's got a cold, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, got a cold.
Well hidden there, well disguised. So Flats looked like he was about to expire
because there's no. When you're built like a racing snake, you're not you can't go without a meal for very long, can you?
No. So So I remembered that in my media pack, I get a voucher to go into the members bar to get loaded chips or a pie, I think it is, loaded fries or a pie. And I said, well, I don't eat before the game because I can't. I have breakfast and that's it. And then I don't eat until the evening. So I said, why don't you have my food voucher? Well, you thought I'd given him the best Christmas present ever.
He was well chuffed with that. Yeah.
Later on,
and off he trotted.
He trotted. He almost sprinted.
No, well, yeah, for him, yeah.
For him, yes.
We saw him coming out.
Actually, the man who, during a game, said there was one season when he was playing that he didn't actually register any sort of sprint.
Yes.
So I sent him a photo of him playing against Saints, leaning on a ruck. I mean, leaning, not actually having a rest.
What a nice man. What a lovely man.
He is. To which he responded, yep, that's it, having a rest. He is a lovely man. And he's doing the end of season dinner.
Yes, he is. So he emerged from the members' bar with his loaded fries, which were
With some sort of chili thing on top.
tomatoey stuff on. He got a white T-shirt on, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see where this is going? So we looked and went, "Whoa, that's a recipe for disaster."
This is a recipe for disaster.
So off he went. No, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I saw him at the end of the game. I said, "Oh, Mr. Flatman, come here. Let me examine your T-shirt." And he went, "Yeah." Mm. To be fair, there's only 2 marks. Yeah, but there's that one where you've tried to get rid of it.
There were lots of cracks on Sunday because he was doing the co-commentary on Sunday as well. There were lots of cracks that the reason he was wearing a blue jumper zipped up to the top was his white T-shirt was still.
Well, he was saying he'd hoped to zip up his jacket, but it's a bit snug, obviously. So he couldn't. So that was. But well done, Mr. Flatman, for providing us with some entertainment.
That was that was Comedy Central, and the yes, and I did mention to Liz about the lack of food. Very bad.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was Foundation weekend. So I ended up, and I've still got to send them to the Foundation, taking lots of photos in both matches of players running around in red T-shirts, which had their names on the back. Confusingly, in the Loughborough game, Fancy Bermudez was wearing Baloo Manitonga's shirt, and Baloo was wearing Fancy's shirt. Why? Anyway.
Oh, well, yeah. Sharing's caring.
Sharing's caring, yes. Yes, and so it was a lovely sunny day, and the wind tunnel, again, had provided the right level of wind. Yes. Actually, Loughborough's captain, one Daisy Hibbert-Jones, learnt something about wind and the gardens. The previous. Yeah, because she told me we're coming up the hill. So she's learnt about the hill, up the hill in the first half. And I went, brilliant, I don't need to move. And you get the wind in the second half. And she went, do I? I said, yes, and you can tell that because the flag's up there. And she went, really? I went, yeah, didn't you know about that? She went, no, tell me about the flags. So I told her about the flags and the fact that Grace had asked them to be put up there and that they needed to be taken down in the World Cup, a fact that she found baffling. But she went, oh, that's really useful. Thank you. There you go.
There we go.
Talking about finding out where things are, Dr. Jones has found out where the bear pit was.
Oh, yes, he has.
Yes,
indeed.
Yes.
It's not changed much, to be honest, if that's where it was. It's where the bingo hall is.
Yes. Well, the sort of gap between the gardens and the bingo Barwell stand area. Yes. Yeah. And I ended up in a conversation about swimming pools, which, for sake of argument, the original swimming pool, the Lido as it was known, is the swimming pool bit is under the VIP car park. They never took it out. I've got visions of a sinkhole appearing at some point. Anyway.
Yes, yeah. Anyway, back to the Foundation weekend. So the Foundation, I mean, they were there in force, working so hard to...
lots of volunteers, lots of bucket shakers.
Yeah,
it was
lots of stuff
a sea of red. Lots of players. Well done to the players. Lots and lots of players. We bumped into a lost-looking Archie Appleby. But then he was joined by his mate.
Bless him. Yeah.
So, yeah, everybody milling around doing... and Beef, of course, and Tom Wood were there doing their star turn. So. Yeah. Really good.
So it was all good.
Lovely. Really good.
And well done to everybody who bought raffle tickets and have bid for things in the auction. And I think...
Or just chucked a quid in the bucket.
No, just chucked a quid in the bucket and got a flag. And some... We have two foam shoes. Well, we don't. They've gone elsewhere, thank goodness. But yes.
I was going to say, didn't strike me as your thing, Liz. There you go.
No, not really. No, enough rubbish of my own without. No, that's so.
Anyway, So on to the game. We had Ian Tempest as the referee. Useless fact, he also refereed the game at Kingston Park in the Prem.
Oh, right, okay. Did you do any better there? I can't remember.
No, it was a bit random there as well. And that was the theme, really, wasn't it? We had...
It was random.
We had Ian Tempest as the ref, and then we had Stephen Jones, who'd taken over from Alan Dickens, as the coach of the Red Bulls.
Yeah.
So, and then you spotted that our favourite TMO was back.
Dan Jones, Mr. Pedantic.
Dan Jones, he of the 3 tries chalked off at Bath. Yes.
Yes, yeah,
No.
and others. That's only one lot of to be taken into consideration.
Oh,
There's
yes,
numerous on the
other,
rap
yes,
sheet against
yes.
him. Yeah.
So, one of the themes of the weekend is that has there been a directive? Maybe we need to talk to our favourite referees, Mr. Rowden and Mr. Pierce.
Yeah, Ash, could
has there been a directive about the breakdown that it's now turned into the Wild West?
because
there were just people flying everywhere. It was just madness. And then randomly you get somebody going, "Oh, you've come in at the side." And then you see the players go, "Well, you haven't played that for the rest of the match. Why are you playing it now?"
Yes, I thought we weren't playing that law because I've been doing it all game, and now you suddenly decide to penalise me. I don't understand.
Very odd.
Yeah,
very odd. So that was the first thing.
You saw it in evidence in France as well, didn't you?
Yes. So last night, my IT department watched the top 14 match between UBB, between Bordeaux and Toulouse. Oh my lord! If we thought of, there literally were people flying in everywhere. It was just madness. And I actually witnessed a team deciding that they weren't going to win because randomly the referee decided to dig up a law from the law book from the 1930s and chalked off a try, and you could literally see Toulouse look at each other going, "Nah, we're not going to win this." Give up. Very weird. Great game, though. Very weird. But the reffing of the breakdown does seem to be. I mean, for weeks we've spotted that we had this directive that you're not allowed to come in at the side. I would say of the in at the sides that actually happen, 1 in 10 get pinged.
Yeah.
But something else seemed to happen this weekend, which was you can do what you like. I'll fill your boots. Just come round. I actually saw one where the Toulouse guy actually came in. No, sorry, the Bordeaux guy came in from the Toulouse side.
Well, why not? If you could get away with it, why not? Perhaps
Weird.
he's looking for a contract there next season. This is what I can do from your side if you're interested. Contract's up. Do you know?
Yes. So, and then we had. Now, call me old-fashioned, and I haven't checked the world regs, but I always thought that raking with the boot was a red.
A dangerous use of the boot, isn't it?
Ah. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Well, Curtis certainly saw red. He was not happy.
Yes. There was that point I thought, oh yeah, he really is back. Yes. Unsurprisingly. Yeah. Interestingly, the highlights on TNT didn't feature that bit of the game.
But then when he was remonstrating with Mr. Brocklebank about the fact that he'd been raped, Brocklebank's got his hand on his face, and I'm going, that again? What is going? What?
Yeah, what was going on? And that seemed to be Newcastle's game, which was to rough us up.
Yeah, it was.
Just
I'm sure. As I said, when most of our lot looked like they'd been in a street fight, and Newcastle didn't, it does make you think something is going awry. I mean, poor old Ferbs.
So Arnold, they're 12. Apparently it was passive. Yeah.
Well, no.
Not sure about that one. Anyway, and a low degree of danger. Okay.
Well, it didn't look like a low degree of danger to me, but I mean, what's happened is that it's gone. I think it looks so awful because it's caught him on his eyebrow,
and
your
eyebrow always just
there.
Yeah,
it
always
just explodes.
Yeah.
So people go, "Oh, you should have had an
egg underneath as well." So it was sort of
yeah.
It's not nice. And I had a conversation with Kath Lester before the game where she very wisely, Kath Lester is the match day doctor. She very wisely pointed out to me that if she does nothing on match day, everybody's happy.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
and I discovered, for those of us in the stands, if we get taken ill, there are crowd doctors.
Yes, there are crowd doctors. There are two of them. Yes, there are two of them, and they have bibs that say crowd doctor on them.
Crowd doctor. I know. I'd never seen that before. So that I thought, well, that's good. You're not just left to the mercies of the St John ambulance, who are very good, but sometimes you do need a doctor rather than
So anyway,
so
Ferbs was taken out by Mr. Arnold, who trotted off. Well, actually, he didn't come back. I don't know whether he failed his HIA or what, but we were blessed with seeing Mr. Arnold's teeth that have been rearranged. Ouch.
Ferb's eyebrow.
But this to thinking that we hadn't seen incidents with teeth in donkey years.
No,
and we're wondering, and we have no evidence other than what happened to Tone and what happened to Mr. Arnold. Is there something about these mouth guards that says? And my IT department was remarking upon it last night. Is there something about these gum shields that isn't actually protecting the mouth?
Shielding the gums. So it's giving loads of data, but not actually doing what you want a gum shield to do, which is protect your teeth. So I don't know. We don't know.
We have no idea. We're not medical people, and we're not dynamics. Impact assessors either.
We're just musing.
We think it's an interesting observation. Anyway, it was a much changed team, even where our young starlet that the Daily Telegraph claimed is the new Thomas Ramos.
Bless him.
He is very talented, but I think that's a step too far to take a teenager and Anyway, James Pacer. What's all that about? James Pacer found himself on the right wing. Yes, he suffered at the hands of Mr. Arnold as well. There's a photograph I took revealed. Anyway,
so
James
he's playing out of position in an exposed position as well, and bless him, he gave it all. Step up.
He was a shooter, and he gave it all. I mean, The other person that I actually thought, wow, you learn fast, is Tom Lockett.
Yeah.
So Tom Lockett was playing at 6, and I think trying to become the new Josh Kemeny, bless him. And his first game, he was clearly, it's the first time I don't know if he played at schoolboy or anything like that. I hadn't asked him, but I thought on Saturday he had clearly locked himself in and was, carrying beautifully. Mr. Lockett, fair dues, mate. He was doing very well. So learning his trade at a new position very quickly. So
yes, very quickly.
But another person who is a teenager, everybody, who was an absolute star during the men's under-20s Six Nations for England, who came on very early because our resident farmer suffered an HIA incident and didn't pass his HIA. There was one, Aidan Ainsworth Cave. Oh my lord!
Oh my! Oh my!
Oh
definitely.
My lord!
Oh, he's what? 19, 18, 19?
18, I think.
Yeah, I could look it up if I could be bothered. Tom May in the England under-20s said there's a touch of the young Courtneys about him, and there most certainly is. We are blessed.
He has
with
no
that
fear, that boy.
No.
Absolutely no fear. Really brilliant and excellent in the line out.
Yeah.
I mean, he was calling the line. We very often see him in training calling the line out. So he's clearly, like Mr. Lockett, a master of his craft, and likes to get stuck in. I took some very nice photographs of Mr. Lockett and Mr. Lockett even, and Mr. Craig, deep in discussion, talking line-outy things probably.
21st of July 2006, so he's 19.
19.
He'll be 20 in July.
In July.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Does that mean he's got another season in the under? No, he can't. Can't have another season in the under-20s.
No, because he'll be 20
misses,
on the 1st of September. So yeah.
I get muddled with the 1st of July start of the season and the 1st of September.
No, it's the 1st of September for age groups, I think.
Yeah. The match was topsy-turvy.
It comes to something when people are getting overexcited because somebody in the crowd's caught the ball that's been kicked out. I mean, that's pretty much, says it all, really.
Yeah.
There was a lot of tedium. And it was my worry as I spoke to the Not Stealth CEO. She was not stealthy at all. She was wandering around with, like, look, it's me, before the game. And my worry is that we get dragged down to Newcastle's level. And in effect, that's what happened. They came to spoil and rough us up, and they did. They did it very well.
I have to say, their scrum half is a bit good, isn't he?
Oh, he looks the real deal, doesn't he?
Yes, he looks definitely the real deal. And well done to Charlie Olco. So Charlie Olco and Aidan Ainsworth Cave made their Prem debuts. They'd already played in the Prem Rugby Cup. James Pater, so Liz Tyler, rather pointedly, I thought, told us James Pater will not be making his Prem debut. She'd obviously had to say that several times during the week because he made his debut at Gloucester with Henry Lumley at the end of last season.
Yeah, we did indeed. We were there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have to say, the winning try was a thing of beauty. Oh. Lovely.
It was.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well done, Monsieur Belleau and Mr. Dependable. And we thought that Mr. Dependable was developing primo tendencies.
Yeah. The old. Yeah.
No,
actually, it was shameless media tartary.
Aim for the hat, good
shameless.
Boy. Don't enjoy yourself. Dave in the sofa has spoken.
No, Dave on the sofa. What are you doing?
What are you doing enjoying yourself? You should have turned round and shaken hands with Chunya and Monsieur Belleau behind you.
Didn't actually, back in the day and in Dylan's time, they went through a phase of that.
Oh, they went through a phase of that where they were actually taking the pee. Yes, they had this thing that you had to shake hands after scoring a try. It was the 2012, 2013 and 2013, 2014 season that we had this ridiculous. But saying that, caveman, Tom Wood rather let the side down during the semi-final.
We did. He did, didn't he? Yeah, they went a bit over
Stop
the top.
it, Tom. Enjoying yourself. Yeah, Dave on the sofa didn't like that either.
It'll never catch on.
Never catch on. All these tries celebrated.
Young men living their best lives.
No.
But we were surprised that it was actually Tom Litchfield who was allowed to score the whole try without his father charging on to take the glory in the last few.
I was expecting to see suddenly Tom being pushed out the way by his father.
Have we listened to Graham and made sure that didn't
I haven't yet. Oh, it couldn't.
We're going by our own eyes. We may be wrong.
We may be wrong. Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Litchfield is definitely back.
Yeah, I think he's got a yard or two in pace now.
I think he has. Yeah. Ben, what have you been doing to him?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Very good. Which does actually mean that so in the end, actually, no, there is one little story I have to tell. So I did my thing where I walked around to the technical area and I sat next to George, George, the team manager, Hibbert, who was looking slightly pale. He'd obviously had a difficult afternoon.
Slightly pale. The rest of us were looking for the defib at this point.
So, of course, we'd scored the try. And then it's at that point, with about 3 minutes to go, was it? 2 minutes to go?
The usual.
The usual. And then they come down from their eyrie, and suddenly there's this cacophony of noise next to me. And it's like, oh, what's going on? Yes. And of course, it did result in Newcastle scoring a try and converting it with a drop goal. Cue the cacophony of Vesti and Dowse and Tom Bullock and everybody. I don't know whether Ferbs and James Ram were deliberately ignoring them, but I nearly turned down my hearing aids because they wanted them in the back field. We had nobody in the back field. And in the end, Rambo suddenly thought, oh, is somebody shouting at me? And went and did the job. Lordy Lord. And then, kicked the ball off. So, yeah, it was a bit of a grim struggle. Oh, yeah. Oh, good. I'm going to training tomorrow. That's good.
Oh, excellent.
It was a bit of a grim struggle. Yeah, but we pointed out that we always struggle. After a big tournament. And this time, rather than bringing people back to play, if you remember that game that shall not be mentioned last year, we actually didn't play all our internationals, except the ones that didn't play. We rested them, which interestingly, and we'll come on to that in a minute, lots of other clubs didn't. And
they've got to rest them at some point.
They've got to rest them well, not all of them. Finn Russell.
No. But the England ones have got to be rested.
So to win a game, it's actually we've got over a bit of a mental hurdle because we tend to struggle. So it was a struggle, but we got over the line. So well battled, everybody.
And we were 13 first. Did I say 12 or 13 first teamers down? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We were without 13 nailed on first.
Either because they were injured or that they were being rested.
Or they were rested. Yeah. Or both in some cases.
So the Shoe Army, so they went in, so nobody should take that the team are complacent about what happened on Saturday. Nobody should take that at all. Nobody should take that at all.
Oh my God, no.
No. They know, and they talked about it in the huddle, and they will be, while we are doing the pod, will have been through a review. They'll have done their Monday morning where they've gone, so, they were celebrating the win, yes, but not the performance. And there'll be a lot to get through this week. Talking of celebrating, the Shoe Army song had to be sung because it was a win. And it was 3 gentlemen who were around the bin, the 2 that made their debuts, Aidan and Charlie, and Mr. Dependable.
Ah, good. Quite right, too.
Well done.
And as was said several times, you can't take any more than 5 points.
Well, that is exactly what Dowse said. In fact, he said it in his interview. If we played really well, we'd still have only got 5 points.
5 points. We did what was necessary, and
we got the win. Down. We got the 5 points. We're still top of the league. Yeah. Let's just move on. And we've got a lot to think about and a lot to plan for the next few weeks because we've got some huge games coming up. Yeah. Now, ladies, Wot Pod Player of the Match. We came up with a short list of 4, and our short list doesn't include the man that actually won the Player of the Match,
No.
Callum, who did play well and ended up with half a loo roll up his nose, talking about people
being in a street fight. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. What was going on that wasn't
what was
being
going
refed?
on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. So the list is Mr. Dependable.
Yeah.
Curtis, who came on for Robbie Smith, who failed an HIA. My God, talk about live wire. Aidan Ainsworth Cave. And you wanted to put Archie on the well-battled
Well,
Archie.
I think Archie, because we scored a nice try to open it, and there was weird stuff happening all over, and I think he was not getting as clean and quick ball as normal, and I think his brain went into a bit of meltdown towards the end. But well
battled Archie, well battled.
Yeah,
and the winner is.
I was going to say, I think it seemed that the offside law was optional. And so quite often he was in danger of being splatted when... And
there's one bit where their number 8 is holding on to Archie. He's come round the side. He's holding on to Archie. And they score from it. And it's like, playing the 9, sir.
Yeah.
It's just like, Archie hasn't... He's trying to get hold of the ball. And the number 8's got... I mean, it's like, what the hell's going on?
No, I know. It's some weird tempo was full on weirdo yesterday.
Weirdnesses.
Yeah.
So who's the winner
anyway
of the Ladies Wot Pod Player of the Match? Mrs. Saunders.
It's not me.
Well, it might have been.
Mr. Dependable. Mr. Young Litchi, because it's lovely to see him back and stronger and faster than ever, I think. Is
he was immense. He was everywhere. He was absolutely everywhere. So well done, Litchi, and lovely try. I agree with you. Dives need work.
Yeah. Sgt Wilson Award we're not, because it was almost impossible to communicate with tempo at all. Curtis tried hard after the Brocklebank had tap danced on his leg, but weird. Anyway,
talking of weird, in the other games in the Prem, TNT, we know you're pleased that the league is back. We know you're pleased because you've got something to talk about, but please stop going on about it. So Friday's game was Bath versus Saracens, and well,
yeah. Who saw that coming?
Ooh. But the odd thing is, they did their falling out routine, did Saracens.
It's strange, because something special's happening there, always. Apparently.
And Mark McCall was wont to say that we need people who are up for the fight. Ooh.
No, but not with each other. Not with each other, though.
It's the game and the opposition, not each other.
Yeah.
Yes,
not each other. It's not. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to be very circumspect about what we say about Saris and that game, because we've got them next week.
Let's not tempt fate. We don't want anything pinned up on any wall.
Stay humble.
Yeah, they've got their England internationals to come back, so we're staying humble.
Yeah. As do they.
Yes. Bath, on the other hand, have some news.
As their media department are billing the game against Tigers as the battle for the top 4. Good luck with that.
Yeah, more of teams. Yeah, anyway. On top 4. Yeah. It's top 6 in France, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bath had some news in that if they haven't got enough money already.
Oh yes, bloody.
James
They're going to be hoovering it up.
But again, TNT. Look at what's happened in football. It isn't great that necessarily a James Ratcliffe or a what's his face Brody at Chelsea or Enoch at Spurs brings loads of money, because with it doesn't necessarily come glory, and actually could mean that the connection between the club and which is certainly the argument at Spurs as a Spurs supporter, and the community goes to zilch.
Yeah.
It is not necessarily a good thing. Several Bath supporters have quipped that they were looking forward to Dyson not being on the front of the shirt. To those who said that, well, it has to come off because it's a conflict of interest. No. You put what you like on your own shirt. And if you remember, Altrad seemed to sponsor most of the French league and the French team itself. So Montpellier is owned by, I don't know what it still is, but it was owned by Monsieur Altrad, and that was all over his shirt. So
yeah.
But yeah, and Stuart Barnes. Stuart Barnes has got another one of his ideas. You know, Stuart likes to come up with his ideas. His latest one is that their ground goes from 15,000 to 18,000 when it's redeveloped, and the 3,000 tickets that come in as a result should be sold cheaply to former players and former members of staff, and because tickets are quite expensive at Bath.
Quite expensive.
An absolute flipping rip-off, Stuart. An absolute flipping rip-off.
Why would former players qualify any more than?
Oh, because they've given everything.
Joe Soap, who's been going for decades, soaking wet on the uncovered, over-expensive, pretty ground, but gets. Anyway,
moving on.
So there we go.
The article was saying that some players find it too expensive to go back to games. That was the thrust of the article. And Saints do. I think they have a couple of games a year that they invite players back, and so they get to see the gardens. Then we had
play your cards right and do stuff in hospitality, and you get in for free, presumably. I don't know. That'll work.
Yeah, but there are some people. Would you want them anyway?
No.
We did have a good friend who happens to be the mother of former players, telling us that Roger Horwood's very entertaining. Oh, he is. Try Keith Savage. Yes. He's even more entertaining.
Yeah.
And so Quins continued their spiral into. That looked painful.
Is it even a spiral? Is it just downhill all the way? It's What is happening there?
Lost to Gloucester.
Even with Carl Dixon reffing.
Was it Carl? I thought it was Sarah Cox.
No, I think it was Carl Dixon. Was he reffing? He was certainly there doing something because I saw.
I think Sarah Cox was the ref. Because
he was.
So I've just remembered that because I was talking to somebody about the fact that she. In fact, yes, it was the fourth official yesterday's game. And she goes, I wouldn't argue with Sarah. Because Sarah basically waded into a fight. It was like, come on, back you go.
No, it was somebody put on social media who was not a Gloucester fan, who said something about, I see KD's doing his best to get his old teammates to win again. So presumably he was in.
He must have been involved somewhere. But it was definitely Sarah who was refereeing.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know why I got that. So, Tigers, meantime, with their director of rugby saying, kick it out, he confessed afterwards. Decided to ignore their director of rugby and continue playing. And Saint number 2089, Gabriel Hamer-Webb, took the points. Gabriel came to us on loan from Cardiff when he was studying in Cardiff and he was associated with the Blues. And he came over as injury cover when we ran out of wingers, basically, if you remember that in that period.
Yeah.
So I know everybody rated him. He was a lovely guy when he was with us, but now he's a Tiger.
Anyway,
so well done. Great try. Really, really good try. And Bristol got nothing out of it.
I know.
Mm.
I know. Didn't target that one the way they target playing us after internationals as they normally do.
Anyway, well, hold that thought. And then in at Sandy Park, the kick fests happened and extra beat sales, so we won't worry about that. But it does mean that
must
we
have
are
been gripping.
Oh,
that must have been gripping. No, I don't want to. Don't want to.
It does mean that we are still top of the Prem.
We are, yeah. It's a bit exciting, a bit dizzying.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about my nose. Yeah, I don't want a nosebleed again. Anyway. So well done, everybody. Well survived. Media watch. For those of you who take the time, you say take when you're reading it online. But anyway, those of you who take the time. David Walsh wrote an article about Henry.
What did he say in his article about Henry? Because I don't subscribe.
Well, he said the French abuse is out of order because all he is living his best life, celebrating, blah, blah, blah. And the plea was that we need to be patient, but that Henry needs to be patient too. And I was thinking, well, I don't think Henry does need to be patient. Henry doesn't need to be patient at all. And in actual fact, Mr. Walsh, you of all people should know that the abuse that Henry gets in France has got nothing to do with his try celebrations. It's got everything to do with Matteo Jalibert accusing Saints of calling... She's off again, ladies and gentlemen.
Do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. I have
Matteo Jalibert, Mr. Misery himself, calling Saints a bunch of mercenaries, which we didn't.
No, he alleged we'd called them a bunch of mercenaries. And
which is when the fight kicked off at the end of the Investec Champions Cup final, when he decided to have a go again.
Yeah. And as Finn said at the time, they've just won the European Cup. Why are they concerned about, as he was then, a 20-year-old kid?
Yeah.
What is their problem?
And as I said to in my response to Mr. Walsh, Jefferson Poirot rightly copped a ban. Yeah. And it's continued ever since.
Yeah.
So it continued at Pau, but every time it continued at Pau, and then they all wanted his photo and autograph and whatever afterwards.
Yes.
And it continued at Bordeaux, where I do hate this, the UBB Ultras. Nobody complains about them being called Ultras, do they? The UBB, Dave, where are you on your sofa? The UBB Ultras sang his name.
Yeah.
So, So but what it meant was there was a pile-on, as you would expect, because of this article, about the fact that we should go back to shaking hands and standards in rugby, and I basically said, accusing a team of saying something that they didn't say, which results in a fight at the end of a Champions Cup final. Rugby values, anyone?
Yeah. Nonsense.
Anyway,
nonsense.
Absolute flipping nonsense. Can't wait to see the young man back.
Yeah, looking forward to that bundle of energy.
Bouncing around like that.
Hurtling around.
Bouncing. Being his, yeah.
Never still. Never, ever still. He's never still.
Anyway, Toaster. Talk.
Do we not want to just gloss over Bedford?
Oh God, yes. Oh, we do rather. I feel for Sherpa too. Bless him. So yeah. Bedford were at home to Nottingham and had clearly run out of fly halves because Tom Price and Will Maisie weren't even on the team sheet. I don't know if something happened to them in Bath. I haven't spoken to Sherpa too. I daren't. Ryan Robinson, the media manager, for anyone asks. But yeah, it sounded a bit of a stodgy game. In glorious sunshine, very odd. And Nottingham Rugby came out the winners, so not great.
Upwards and onwards. They're
upwards and onwards. There's always there's always
Cambridge this weekend. So yeah,
they said play Cambridge at Elijah Fields. Everyone, sorry.
Elijah Fields still sounds to me like somebody who'd been one of those US sitcoms, you know, like Malcolm in the Middle, or so, starring Elijah Fields.
Yes,
one of those.
Anyway, Toaster.
Coaster. Under 11s and under 8s. We're going there before Lightning?
Oh, God. Lightning. You see, what I've done is I've written things in the wrong order. I've just randomly written them on the page. Yeah, let's talk about Lightning.
I know chronologically they played before. Well, no, kind of at the same time. So, but normally we would do the grown-ups first.
Yeah, we would do the grown-ups and then the... Yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Lightning. So we
It's not just me. It's not just me that messes things up.
I'm all of a dither.
And I have a cold. I have a cold, ladies and gentlemen.
Lightning played 2 matches since we last spoke to you, ladies and gentlemen. They played Quins.
They did. Yes.
And they also played Gloucester Hartbury. But before we talk about the 2 games, shall we celebrate the fact that we've got the Women's Six Nations coming up, and we've got lots of players turning out for their international teams. So we have 6 in the England squad. You can see them there on Spotify, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Sardia, Helena. Oh, I'm going to... Muslatui. I still haven't quite got nailed her first name, and I apologise. Bo, Daisy, Captain Fantastic, and Lily are in the Six Nations squad. And it's so good to see so many. And in particular, Bo and Daisy are back. Yeah?
Yes, that's lovely to see.
And of course...
Lily, I'm so impressed with Lily. So impressed with Lily.
Yeah, it's great to see them back. And at the same time as that was being announced, we also had the Scotland squad. And there you go. So Becky Ellis, I'm going to get this horribly wrong with names.
You're really sorry you started this now.
It's Leah, isn't it? It's Leah Brebner Holden, who we haven't seen for a while, Helen and Lucia. And of course the lovely Anne Young, who played yesterday. And Ellis was dealing with hundreds of kids at half time, you might have noticed, and was doing commentary at the game we're about to talk about. So having 12 internationals, plus we've got some in the Welsh Sevens squad, we've got some under 21s, we've got all sorts going on. So it's great to see. Yeah, it's great to see that the development of the Lightning squad continues. Really, really good. And congratulations to all concerned. And I will learn to pronounce people's names because I'm very bad.
One of us needs to.
Not good.
I'm delegating you.
You're delegating that one. Yes. So Lightning versus Quins.
Oh yes, that was fun.
That was just a fun game, wasn't it? It was just a fun game.
It was.
And
it was played in good spirit and everything. It was, Yes,
it was. It was played in great spirit, and it featured, I think, the comedy yellow card of the season.
Yeah.
It was just the whole crowd were in stitches, including Joe James, the referee. Yes, probably the silliest deliberate knock on that you'll see in a while, and she knew it. Yes, there she goes. Yeah,
giggling away herself.
Giggling away as she went, yes, sir. Yep, bang to rights. Yeah. Ellie Kildun, but it didn't half hurt. You can see it's got a bit viral. Nearly 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
And I think something like 90,000 views or something on Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's gone viral, that one. Yeah. Amazing. But the game was an absolute corker. And one player, I think, who we would have definitely picked as our ladies' Wot player of the match was the try scoring machine and tackling machine that is Bo Wescombe Evans. She had the game of her life. It was just brilliant to watch. And Quins just didn't know what to do with them. But it's an example where they hung on because they did come back but
They
Lightning stuck at their game plan and won through in the end.
time.
So
Yeah.
It was a fantastic, as the next game we're going to talk about, fantastic advert for women's rugby. Really, really exciting.
Absolutely
fast-paced.
superb.
Well done to Joe James and his refereeing team. Really, really clear in their instruction. Clearly the players were getting on well. And clearly CB liked to play peekaboo, if you've seen that photo. So it was good fun. Then yesterday, they played the champions.
Yeah, undefeated as well this season. Gloucester Hartbury. And my, they played their hearts out. And again, the standard of rugby on display, compared with some of the dross that we'd seen the day before, was remarkable. Fast-paced stuff, it's good, really good. And my heart went out to them. Absolutely. They're just the struggling with belief in themselves when they get ahead against teams that are higher than them in the league. They're struggling with, how do we win? How do we win this? Whereas the boys, you feel they're going, well, we're not going to lose this. We know how to win. The girls don't. And they need to get that top 2 inches tuned and they'll be fine because the talent is all there. Absolutely all there. And it's just a bit of game management, bit of,
What I would say is we've been through this cycle with Saints. This generation of player, Dingers and co, I'll call them. We had exactly the same experience where we just wanted them to trust themselves and believe in themselves and get over the line. And in some ways it's still happening. We saw between Croke Park in 2023 and the Leinster semi-final last year, they learnt the lessons and they trusted themselves and they won through, despite it being a battle royal. And you just feel that Lightning are just a couple of years behind the life cycle of the Saints squad. But they are playing some absolutely beautiful rugby, which is the message. I mean, I was really impressed with Nathan Smith in the huddle afterwards. He said, you've taken the champions to the wire and you've played some really good stuff.
Absolutely.
Some really good stuff, although I got a little bit too involved.
You did, didn't you? You were giving advice.
Well, yes. Loudly. Fortunately, it happened to match the coaches.
Lucky.
When I yelled...
You've been escorted off the ground.
Just before Olive Skelter scored.
Olive Kelter. My goodness me, that woman. What? She's
irrepressible.
Everywhere.
She's everywhere. Absolutely. She's irrepressible.
Glad she scored.
She is just top.
Awesome.
Absolutely top. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. And I think it's going to be really hard for the Supporters Club to pick a winner in this season's Player of the Season. Because we've got so many.
Let's talk to Bobby about that and see what we do.
But don't you think the cast list is huge?
Yeah. So
absolutely massive.
Well, we'll see what happens. Fortunately, we don't have to decide that. It's not like last year where we said, "Oh my God, we awarded it in February." At least we're getting till May.
Same as the length of season. Yes.
Yeah.
It was Foundation Day again, and it was also Down Syndrome Day. Old Socks.
Yeah.
And Charlie, some of you will have seen Charlie with Daisy doing the silent disco, if you remember that. And Charlie was the mascot. Well done to Charlie as they ran out. A lot of great charity work over the weekend, and it really worked again. Wow, I did get a strange message from Mrs. C. Mrs. C.
Oh yes,
Mrs. C, who was in St. Lucia at the time, texted me and said, in capitals, that she'd spotted that Tui... Oh, God.
Ruby Tui.
I knew I'd get it. Ruby... Not Tui. Ruby Tui, the goddess that is Ruby Tui, was part of the commentary group on Sunday, and I apparently was supposed to get a FaceTime call going with Ruby so that Mrs. C could say hello to her.
Yeah, because that's easy to do.
Of course, I didn't know Ruby was there because I was on the far side of the pitch and I hadn't bumped into her before the game. So it's like, what is going on? Is she bumped into her in St. Lucia? What is occurring? No, she was working at the Gardens. So in the end, when I worked it out, I responded, "She's working," and took a photo. But it was great to see Ruby back at the Gardens.
It was lovely game, and I mean I think more and more people are going to watch Lightning. It was a weird time yesterday, 12:15, but finishing at 2 was very strange. But it's great. It's not expensive. I mean, car parking is only £3.50. Chap, I mean, worth going for that alone. The atmosphere is great. It's, for me, it's really one to take the kids to, because you're not having to sell a kidney for tickets, mind you. We're not Bath, but even then, but it's much easier for young people to follow if they see much more of what they do on the pitch with Lightning than when the men are playing, because the men's game is so much more physical. So, give it a go. It's lovely. Really like the atmosphere there.
Yeah, and the crowd were fantastic and got behind Lightning. It was really, really good to see. And, we are watching a generation of player learn their trade. I mean, and we have Captain Fantastic, Daisy Hibbert-Jones.
We do.
You and I have always been huge fans, but she is a fantastic captain. Very thoughtful, very, cares for her team passionately, and, is at the same time learning to be a captain, as several of the Saints have had to, as learning to be a fantastic back rower. I think we're on the cusp of something fabulous. Yeah, I think so. With Lightning, Nathan Smith is a great bloke, very approachable, very shy. So if you do talk to him, he'll have that look that Elliot would have, wouldn't he? That look of terror. Oh my God, you're talking to me. But he is a lovely, lovely man. And it was lovely to see his daughter toddling about on the pitch again, with the lovely Sarah Hunter at the end of the game, who I didn't get to say hello to because she was busy glad handing Ruby. But got to do it. So chin up, everybody. We'll talk about the next weekend's match, but I think they put in a fantastic performance yesterday.
Yeah, and you had Gloucester, Hartbury are so. I was going to say they've got everything going for them, and you had them rattled. You ran them really, really close, and it's something a bit like Red Bulls, something to be really proud of.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with some of the cynical play by Gloucester.
No, there was a bit of streetwiseness going on, wasn't there?
There was a bit of streetwiseness, and I know everyone's going to go, "Oh, that's just part of the game." Deliberate knock-ons and all that sort of malarkey. Back it in. We don't need it.
Only one got penalised as well. You don't go pushing bow. You don't go around pushing bow.
No,
nobody.
No, don't be doing that. Yeah,
do that again, then you might find
I'll be over the Tobler Road.
Another angry little ginger that isn't Aleph Kelter there, I tell you.
Although Bo can look after herself.
She can. That's not the point.
But no, her mates need to look after her. Yeah, that's true. Yes, so Gloucester's trip to the title continues.
Yeah. They look unstoppable. Anyway,
moving on.
So next week, Lightning are away at Ealing.
They are, yes, the day after our trip to Tottenham. I won't make it, unfortunately. It's a hard ground to work at as well.
Wishing them a lot of luck in that. Just go play your game, do what you need to do.
And you can beat them. You can beat them.
You can. You can beat them.
Absolutely, you can. Just play your game, fast-paced.
Believe in yourselves, ladies. You can do this.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
yeah, and then is there the break for the Six Nations? Because we're not back at the Gardens till May the 30th, are we?
Yeah. Then there's Six Nations, and then we've got the tail end of the season. Yeah. Right. So, we're at 1 hour 15. If you'd like to know, so the horses are getting a bumper edition.
They are.
They are.
So we'll wrap
under
up
8s
quickly.
11s. I finally got there.
Yes, yeah, we're there now. So yes, so they were at Long Buckby, which involved much ferrying of children around because the under 11s were playing at 9 and the under 8s weren't playing till 12. So I was doing granny duty in the morning and then threw the small one out of the car at Long Buckby and came on to the game. So, but yes, so we have reports from both of them.
Well,
so there we go.
Hello.
What did you do today?
What does it say on my medal? Go to Long Buckby Festival and I forgot.
How many tries?
I got 3 tries, but I got 0 tags, sadly.
But you helped Xander score a try as well.
Yeah, and it helped Xander score 1 try.
And who were the toughest team you played?
The girls, for sure. Because one of our teammates in the headlock, and one of them ran like this to me. And then that made me get knocked over. So today was a festival in Long Buckby, and we did pretty bad in the first couple of games. Game 1, we tried our hardest. Don't think any of us were really expecting the team that we were playing to be so hard. And then game 2, pretty similar. We almost scored, but then we took a beating again. The third game, we scored 1 try. They scored 3. We tried our hardest. We did really good. I made a really good run. Almost got us another try in. And then game 4, we played extremely well. After a 30-minute break, we won. And we scored about 7-ish tries. And all in all, good teamwork. And really hard played rugby. Good rugby out there today. Done.
So yeah. So the international man of mysteries mother's comment was Alfie was his usual self, not taking any notice and messing around with his mates, and then suddenly scores 3 tries.
Well, there you go.
It's what it is. Never
Bless
sit
him.
still.
Bless him. Yes. I, on the other hand, I forgot to mention that I've done another community tournament at Bedford Athletic in Bedford. It was the under 13s Bedford region, and I had a really good time. It was really, really good fun. I think it was. I'm trying to remember now. It was because it was week before last, and that's an age away. But a couple of schools got through to the finals day, which is at the end of April, and I'll be shooting that. So yeah, really, really good. Excellent facilities. Good to see lots of mums and dads, and yeah, all good. Walking rugby.
Walking rugby, yeah, the Walking Rugby League is starting. Walking Rugby League for Walking Rugby, not Walking Rugby League. They probably do that as well, but is starting. I think this Saturday. Yeah, we're away, so we can't do it, but somebody will be there. Thursdays, 5:30 in the barn. If you're interested in giving it a go, it's a laugh.
Excellent. Excellent.
That one.
As a brief aside,
yeah.
I did a bit of Photoshop and it went a bit mad.
Yeah, you did. You're very fancy smancy there. How many?
1,100 likes and nearly 30,000 views. Thank you, everybody. I did have fun though.
Yeah.
It was quite nice. Finn liked it as well.
It's
so
very
that's
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. It's very good.
Yeah, learned about
I think
layers and everything.
The possibilities are endless now. You've got into that. We can get
No,
really
it's
carried away.
great fun.
I say we like I have any input in that bit.
Yeah. Really good fun.
So,
Anyway, not normally my thing at all. Saracens at Tottenham is Saints' next game, the Showdown 6. Yeah.
yeah. Showdown.
Every game isn't it every game or most games being played at big grounds this weekend? There's Villa Park, Principality Stadium.
Yeah.
Whatever. Now you've got good news on the buses. Well,
yes. Well, it's good news unless you haven't booked your ticket. We've sold out the three buses. There's some Saint Supporters Club going down to Tottenham, so that's really good. Just on the buses, I hate you, Butler. There are coaches up. You can buy tickets for the trip to Tigers and Quins, although the tickets for the match aren't on sale yet. But the bus tickets are, if you want to.
The bus tickets are. Very good. Yeah. I have car parking. Because I found somewhere you don't have to walk from the moon. But we're going to have to get there at midnight with all the road closures. Dear Lord. Do you support that team? So before anyone asks, I used to go to watch Spurs in the 1980s with the likes of Glenn Hoddle and Osvaldo Ardiles and Ricky Villa when they were good and they were fun to watch. And they did good student ticket prices. And also it was fun. And it was White Hart Lane. It wasn't the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It was an old-fashioned ground and it was great fun. Anyway.
It was, yeah.
And I'm in mourning at the state of my team, but move on. So the team for this week, we obviously don't know what it is because we don't. And actually, very often, even when we've seen training, we don't know what the team is.
No, Jane.
Yeah, but we do know that we'll have a bunch of returning internationals. We hope, from what Dowson was saying when interviewed, that we'll have the likes of JJ and Josh Kemeny and whoever back from injury. And all those that are injured are still saying 2 weeks, so that's good. And 2 weeks. Very good.
Just sometimes it's worth asking them just for the crack of when you look at them, they're like head to toe plaster cast.
Engineering coming out of every orifice. They go, 2 weeks. I'll be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Moving on. So it was good to see Edo in the changing room.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's a new ground for me in terms of taking. I didn't even take photos at White Hart Lane. So in terms of taking photos, I've never taken photos at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and really looking forward to it. It's 6 o'clock kickoff, so I will have to cope with sunset. But apparently the floodlights are very good. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see. We've got Finn. We've got all sorts of people. Fremo. All sorts of people. Dingers.
Yeah.
The bouncy one.
Danilo.
I wonder if he'd take his auntie.
I hadn't even got HP on my list of people not available.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's there too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How
have we got 14 not available?
So we've got quite a few to come back, and it'll be fun to see. And we'll get a slight hint at train, but we never know who is is playing.
Yeah,
and we always work on the basis we don't want to know. We just watch what's going on. Pretty patterns that they're creating, and I'm taking photos. As we said earlier, Bedford are off to Cambridge.
Yep.
Elijah Fields, and Lightning are off to Ealing. So
yes,
Trailfinders Way or whatever it's called now. So it's going to be a packed weekend of rugby. We're really getting to the thick of it then, and then before we know it, we're into Europe again. So we get 2 Prem games, and then it's Easter weekend, Castra at home.
That's right. Yeah. So it's just next week, and then it's the following week. It's Castra at home, which Friday Night Lights. That's going to be fun.
That is going to be a bucket load of fun. Hopefully, Castra did actually bring quite a few supporters, I seem to remember, last time.
I think Castra don't do too badly.
Claremont, obviously, we have the yellow and blue army. They turn up.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It should be interesting.
Merge into one those Castra Claremont games, to be honest. Last season.
Yes. But so we've got a lot of great stuff ahead of us. It's going to be fun. So I think that's going to be fun. Episode 34 of Series 2 Ladies Wot Pod.
It is. Thank you all very much.
It's a bumper one. Enjoy.
Bumper one. Horses will be happy. Bye now.
Bye.